All right. Welcome back to At the Table with Greg
Elliott.
Cooper.
You like to add the Cooper on there.
Is that not your last? Oh, I'm sorry, Elliott Mathis Cooper.
Oh, yeah, Amir corrected us last time.
He's not here today. Today we on our own, so we're going to pray this goes well. We got
Solo dolo.
nobody behind the camera, so if our heads are cut off or the audio's a little off, please don't say nothing. Don't put it in the comments this time.
We do have a person that keeps us on par.
The audio is a little off, you know why.
Constantly. How was your week?
It was good actually. What was this? Maybe it was a 7 out of 10. I gotta get used to this cadence of just having a lot of work and not letting it stress me out. Why?
Work is good.
Yeah, that's true. Work is good. I was listening to a sermon today while I was listening to church. I just told on myself that I wasn't in church, but they were saying how we were put on this earth to work, and so if you don't work, you shouldn't eat.
Oh,
that's what he said. That's what the preacher said.
I like to eat.
Clearly, my niece had a basketball game in the championship.
Yep,
Nora was in the championship game.
No.
They came in second place, but that's okay. They're gonna get there.
But no, the team was older. They're in a different league, right?
Yeah, they were. They were on something different. They were on something different. Them girls was.
Greg was like, we need to go get them tested
for PEDs, performance enhancing drugs, because
no,
they were swatting the balls out the air and going coast to coast and stuff. And we talking about 10-year-olds, y'all.
Yeah. Anyway.
Unbelievable. How was your week?
In combination, I would say about 8.5. Busy work-wise, but productive because I feel like I got a lot of things done.
Okay.
And then, of course, being able to hang out with the family. That's always good. Well, let's run into our culture catch-up.
Oh, you know what else happened this week?
Oh, what happened?
Ohio State lost in the Big Ten championship, so I was happy about that.
That's fair. Greg is a Big Ten fan, of course.
A Michigan
fan
and a Big
by
Ten
far.
fan, yeah.
But no,
like
that's
that.
good. That elevated it up another point.
Okay. No, that's what brought it to a 7, because I've been a little stressed. I get stressed when I get busy.
Okay. Well, we're going to run into our culture catch-up. So culture catch-up today is Big Sean and Usher with their Detroit Youth Initiative. All right, so today's spotlight is Big Sean and Usher, like we said, but they partnered with Boys and Girls Club in southeastern Michigan and Michigan Central to create a Detroit Entertainment Innovation Incubator backed by a $1 million investment? All right, now.
Sure, $1 million.
Hey, I love it. But the facility is for, of course, like I said, the Boys and Girls Club in Michigan Central. It includes virtual production studios, special effects labs. I'm guessing a little AI in there, creative lounge.
Well, we don't want that, but yes.
Well,
you can't help it.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's
inevitable.
Creators lounge and hands-on tech training. So they got folks in there to teach them that stuff.
So really a production lab.
Yeah, which is, for them, it's good to learn that technology ahead of time, right? Especially if it is for youth that may not be able to actually get it outside of local areas. And it looks like it's from 14 to 24. So that's even folks that are out of high school and even getting into college.
Yep.
It opens in early 2026. It's good.
Shout out to Big Sean. Shout out to Usher.
Usher's not from Detroit, right?
No, he's not.
Oh, okay.
He's not. But I'm sure him and Sean have worked together a number of times.
Oh, I like how you said Sean. You know Sean, Big Sean on the first name basis?
It's only so many people I can call big so many times.
Fair point. Ooh, Lord. So, but I see why Usher is there too, because a lot of music wise was founded in Detroit, right? Yeah. So Motown, all those. Shout
out, and the South and the Boys and Girls Club of Southeastern Michigan.
Yes,
as well as Michigan Central. Did I forget anybody?
No, I think that's all that I see on here.
Okay, moving along.
All right, you do this, but I'm gonna take another bite because I didn't.
Yes, take another bite of what's on the plate. So today on the plate we have we got some Cajun food, Cajun Creole food from a place my mom told me about. Preview. She's our guest today. But yeah, we got some Cajun Creole food from a place that's in Sherman Oaks here in Los Angeles called Fat Tuesday, A Taste of New Orleans. Now, Fat Tuesday was founded by Louisiana native, let me get this name right. I'm going to mess it up, but Eric Lanyaville. I know I messed that up. I know that's an old Creole name.
A real Creole name.
Who you might recognize. He's actually a former actor. You might recognize from Room 222, or if you watch NCIS.
That's my stuff.
What was the other one, Ma? Room 222, NCIS. And his business partner, Keith Adams. And so they have brought his, he's a Louisiana native, and he has brought his authentic Louisiana taste and foods to the Valley, Sherman Oaks here in Los Angeles.
It is good.
Yes, today we have on the plate, we got some Creole collard greens, a fried oyster po' boy, catfish bites, red beans and rice, jambalaya spring rolls, oyster bites, pop fire shrimp, a taste of New Orleans sampler, which is like kind of fried shrimp, fried catfish, drunken shrimp, and a fried fisherman catfish platter. We need to start getting some maybe lighter food up in here at some point. But this food has been good so far. We'll talk about that later. But that's what we got.
I'm complaining.
That's what we got on the plate today. So we'll let y'all know how we feel about it a little bit more in the Chef Kiss or Miss segment at the end.
So, thanks, Greg. I'm sorry, I'm over here eating because it smells so good.
You gonna eat or you gonna introduce the guest?
I will. I'm sorry.
You gonna what?
This up,
you will what?
I will introduce the guest.
Okay, I thought you said I will eat more.
I don't want to do it while I'm smacking. So, I have the esteemed honor of introducing our guest today, which is my second mama, Miss Linda Mathis. Today's guest, as many of you know, is an educator, an entrepreneur, a quiet force in the community. Miss Mathis began her career in Detroit Public Schools, then expanded it into funding Children's Advanced Learning Centers, a network of early education centers that gave young students a safe and inspiring space to learn and to grow. She earned her degree in Eastern Michigan University, where she met her husband, Judge Greg Mathis. Together, they raised their 4 children. Now, they got 2 grands, our nieces. They also continue to run the Mathis Community Center in Detroit, a space committed to inner city youth, returning citizens, offering mentorship, educational programs, job readiness, and real second chances. I think that's where Jade had her second chance.
That's where Jade does her expungement fairs.
She is the heart of our home, the heart of this home, and many others, I'm sure, and the foundation of so many traditions that have started here within the Mathis family. I am excited to have her here. I know she's excited to be at the table. Welcome, Mama.
Thank you, my son. Thank you. Happy to be here.
How you feel? We're happy to be here. You already answered that.
Yes, I'm happy to be here.
This is
see what's going on this podcast.
Look,
I need to know.
She's been watching already. She said, y'all, what do you call these? Drapes. She said, y'all drapes a little wrinkled.
Mama Mathis had to give us some tips.
Yes.
Get something out, steam iron or something to get them a little straight.
It's a little better.
No wrinkles. No wrinkles on my watch. We still have a few, but we're working on it.
We're working on it.
Elliott was
with time, we'll iron the wrinkles out.
We're going to have to graduate to the iron because Elliott was in here with a steamer. He was in the front.
He tried to put me to work, and I said, no. I'm a guest today. No work for me. All I need is a great meal and to be a guest on my son's podcast.
Thank you for coming.
Both of you, thank you so much for inviting me.
So today,
so I can get y'all straight.
Yeah,
she will,
and the curtain straight.
Yeah.
So today's episode, we're gonna be talking a lot about the holidays since it's the holiday season.
Wonderful time of the year.
Is that your favorite?
Yes, I look forward to this time of year every single year because I look forward to our family trip.
Yeah,
I really do. All year I'm thinking about what I'm going to purchase to wear on the trip. I mean, when I'm going shopping, I'm always thinking about this family trip.
Yeah, and that's one thing. Elliott was surprised when we met, and I was telling him how every single year we do our family trip.
Right.
It's I don't know if you had said you had never really heard of a family doing that before, but it was definitely something he was saying his family had never even done. And for us, it was crazy because even before you all started, I mean, Grandma and Granddad would always take us down to Florida every year during the holidays, and we'd get up in that van and drive from Detroit to Fort Myers every holiday.
Not Fort Myers, Port Charlotte.
Port Charlotte, that's
Port
right.
Charlotte.
Port Charlotte.
We fly into Fort Myers. No, we got a little more money. We started flying. We most definitely get in a 15-passenger van.
I like that better. I like that better.
Did you enjoy the van with all those kids in there?
I like the airplane better. Because all you hear from the kids is, are we there yet? Are we there yet? And so by the time you get halfway through the trip, you're down in Georgia, you get so tired of hearing, are we there yet?
Right.
You're about to pull your hair out. So no, I'd rather fly. Yes. And they know when that plane hits the tarmac, we are there.
There you
so
go.
no, flying is better for me.
That's so funny. Yeah, no, I was telling Greg that, like, where with my family, like, it would just be everybody getting together. Like, it was just no traveling anywhere. Because a lot of our family was all in the East Coast anyway. But they would all come to the house and, we would eat, and just be festive there. I mean, we would barbecue a hog, all that stuff. Like, it was just, everybody sitting there, versus traveling. But I was assuming, since y'all in that cold in Detroit, that y'all like, hey, let's go south or somewhere warm. Because even with your family trips, that's been the historical kind of thing.
It was nice to go down to Florida, but when we actually started going on bigger trips and going overseas and different places, we did it over Christmas, and a lot of places we went to weren't warm.
Was not warm.
Really?
And they used to complain after a while. They said, can we please just have a trip to somewhere warm?
and then I don't think we ever did a cold trip again.
No, we have not done a cold trip at all again. So we did the Bali and where else did we go warm?
Bali,
Went to
we
Ghana.
started going to the islands
Ghana
more
was warm
often.
when
We
we went.
started going so St. Martin, Anguilla.
Oh wow, I forgot about those.
Yeah,
That
those
was our
Anguilla's my
trips.
favorite. That's my favorite by
Right.
far.
We just started to go
It's
relax.
so quiet.
We
and
started
peaceful.
out with educational trips.
Yes.
We wanted to
What do you
teach
mean,
these
educational?
educational trips. We had to go to Egypt. We went to Ghana. We went to South Africa.
exploring. You know,
So we had to
Black
teach them
coun-
about
you know,
their
in Africa.
history.
Yeah.
So we went places like that. That was important to us.
You know what's so funny? I was literally talking to Dad about this the other day because I saw some graphic that was like just talking about how it is important to take kids on trips and they remember that. And he said that's why that's one of the reasons you all started doing that because Reverend Jesse Jackson, his mentor, told him once that kids, when they get older, they don't remember what you say to them. They remember
Experiences,
what you showed them. They remember where you took them.
Right.
And that just always stuck with him and kind of started, I'm sure with the tradition of Grandma and Granddad taking us on trips, it just...
What you remember our first big trip out of the country?
Was that Egypt?
It was Egypt.
It was Egypt, yeah.
We did a cruise.
And we went in the pyramids. It was crazy.
We flew into Jordan and we were able to visit a lot of places around that area. And then we went to, I think we got on buses and went to Egypt. They took us.
I remember because we cruised up the Nile
we took
and all.
buses to the cruise. Oh, it was fantastic.
It was really cool.
But they didn't think it was cool until after. I'm gonna tell you why.
I always thought the pyramids
No,
were cool.
I'm gonna tell you why.
What
The
happened?
cruise ship we went on was a small cruise ship.
Okay.
And it wasn't really meant for kids.
Gotcha.
So the most fun thing on the cruise ship was the movie theater.
Not for no kids.
Yeah, they had a movie theater on this boat. They had a library.
It was.
This really was an
and it was an
educational
older ship
trip.
too. It was.
It wasn't the type of ship. It was a cruise ship for older people.
Gotcha.
Because it was really taking you to some historical places.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for fun. It was to get
is
you
some
to
real
place to
learning.
place.
Yes.
Yeah, so we went down. Where did we cruise down the Nile?
Cruise down the Nile.
Oh, wow.
That's all I got for you.
And I'm gonna tell you this though.
I know we went to Cairo.
that article
know we
was
went to
really
The
right.
funny thing about it.
I remember being in the pyramids. I remember that. That's something you don't forget.
Oh gosh, that
I mean,
was-
it's
yeah.
just that's a once in a lifetime opportunity, especially
Yes.
now when you think about that region being not as stable as it was back then. It's like you can't really visit as easily as you used to.
Well, actually, when we were there, what's the area we were at? And they had a bomb. Oh,
Was it Jordan?
El Sharm. El Sharm.
Okay.
What is it called? El Sharm.
Something like that. El Sharm.
I don't remember it.
Elsham.
Don't give me the lion.
But it was a bomb. It went off.
You see?
After we had left there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's great.
And I'm going to remember the name of it, I think, but maybe not, because this age is getting to me. But we will move on. But I'll say this. That was our first trip we went on as a family. It was really nice. We flew into Jordan. We got on a cruise ship, cruised down the Nile.
Yep.
And it was so funny because before we left, we told the kids we gave each one of them a journal. We wanted them to journal every single day to remember the trip.
This is actually...
They fought against us about this journaling, and we said, please do it. And they just really had a hard time with it.
Oh, my God.
One of you all completed your journal a little better than the rest of you.
Oh, so everybody did it.
I don't know. Everybody's supposed to do it.
Okay.
But somebody did a good job. And I remember we found that journal years later and read through it. It was just beautiful. You know what I mean? And they stopped, though, mid-trip. And I think it was Kamara's journal.
Okay.
And she said, I wish I would have finished that journal.
Same thing happened to me the other day. You remember you all sent me on the people-to-people trip, the student exchange trip when I was
wow, we thought you were so
grade.
smart and so bright.
You thought.
I'm just saying. We said, this young man is brilliant. We got to send him on this trip.
It was.
We thought.
But it stuck with me for a lifetime. Because, like, to your point, I found my journal from that trip the other day, and I was reading it to Elliott. Yeah. And I mean, I hate because the same thing happened. So the trip was it was a 21-day trip through Australia. We went from Sydney up to Cairns, which is like the Gold Coast of Australia. And we did a homestay, a farm stay, all these different towns. And we went to the coral reef. We went to the beaches. And I was journaling halfway through the trip, I stopped. And I was reading it to Elliott, all the different places we went. And then I was just like, I wish I had journaled the rest of the trip.
Well, that one thing that's coming out of this conversation is you parents, when you take your kids on these fantastic trips, make them journal.
Yeah.
The thing is, they're not going to want to.
Yeah.
They're not going to want to.
But they're going to love it.
But years later, you will love reading. Because I can't even remember everything about these trips.
And now it's a little easier. You can video journal. You can video journal.
But you guys need to use some paper and pen and write.
Like back in the day.
Yes, we need some writing going on.
Yeah.
But, anything is good because it does bring back memories when you go back to it. And it's memories that you think you remember. But it only comes back to you when you have something to remind you.
Because ours was a guided journal too, so it went to like what we ate for breakfast. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this restaurant. I remember this family cooked this for us because it was what we ate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What activities we did for the day, and it was
it's beautiful. Yeah,
that was great.
You guys got to stop being so resistant.
No, it's too late now.
His parents telling you to do something.
It's too late.
She's still resistant too.
You gotta listen.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
So. Speaking of the traditions, right? So before you had Greg and everybody, did your family do that? Did y'all travel like for holidays and things like that?
But my parents, they were really into us being together as a family. We did so many things together. Our biggest thing, we did. You have parents that come from the South. You're going back down South. Yes, when your trips were down South. Now, we did go on other trips too. My parents were... when we had vacations, they most definitely took us places.
Where in the South would y'all go?
Back to Alabama.
Alabama.
My parents were from.
Woo.
My mom was from Tuskegee, so we hung out in Tuskegee.
Yeah.
My dad was from
Whitehall.
Which
is that?
Outside of Montgomery, I want to say.
It was outside of where's that school at? Where Jade went to school.
Oh, Alabama State is in. Let me.
Is it Montgomery?
So I don't get to lying.
No, Mom used to say Montgomery. So no. My dad used to always say he was from Birmingham until I took Jade to school
Montgomery
down
is where
there.
Alabama State is.
Okay, until I took Jade down to school and found out, no, you're not from Birmingham. You're from Whitehall. It sits right outside of Montgomery, and like I said, it's beautiful. His sister there. He has a half sister there, and Martin Luther King. They camped right on their line.
Oh wow!
Going over to.
I remember. Yeah, I remember that.
That's
cool.
So
right?
just a lot of historical.
Really cool.
It is cool. They have a plaque on the front line that talks about it. Really nice.
So it makes sense then. Like y'all would travel together. You still stuck with the family, which is always big, and having that trip. I guess. With the holidays and doing the trips and stuff like that, what about the actual holiday on like Christmas and things like that? What is your favorite?
We didn't travel during Christmas.
Not
This
Christmas.
is something. No, we didn't. We didn't travel. We traveled summertime. Back in my day, that's when you took your vacations.
Gotcha.
And my mom had
out and stuff
she had a
like that.
sister that was in her husband was in the army.
Okay.
So they went from place to place to place, and that was her favorite sister, Aunt Edna. She's not with us any longer, but Aunt Edna. And we used to always go visit my cousins, their family, wherever they were. They were in Denver. They were in D.C. They were in all kind of places.
Yeah.
And that's where we went.
Okay.
Wherever they were.
Gotcha. Okay.
And besides going to Alabama. I'm trying to think, did we take any other trips, any place? Well, I guess we used to go up in Canada. But my parents were, like I said, we were a real tight-knit family.
Mm-hmm.
So every weekend we were in that car, piled up in the car, and we were just cruising. We cruised down Woodward, look at all the scenery and all the people, go to Belle Isle. That's what we did most of on the weekends. So, like I said, it might not have been big, large trips like we took you guys on,
but it was still
we had
traveling and learning.
Family
and
time together, most definitely.
And that's kind of what I mean when I was saying like back home in the South too. It's kind of like just family trips together in that same sense.
I don't think I went out to the country until I was in college.
Well, you were born out the country. You may not remember.
All right. Yes,
that's a fun fact about my mom,
it
y'all.
is.
That she was actually. I was looking at my birth certificate the other day trying to get my star chart right. But
what is that
another story.
star chart?
No, your
Zodiacs.
zodiacs and your rising and your setting and all that stuff. I don't know. There's some woo-woo stuff that somebody told me about.
Right.
But and then it was on there and it said you were born in West Germany, Linda Mathis, West Germany.
It said West Germany?
West Germany.
Oh, wow.
Well, that was back in the Soviet days. It was East and West Germany. It was split.
I was born in Kuznaks. That's how I pronounce it. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but yes.
And I always wonder if I can go back and claim my dual citizenship.
People keep telling me I should.
Uh-huh.
But I haven't done it.
That's actually cool.
I do want to visit Germany, though.
Yeah. So on y'all trips, y'all have never been to
No,
Germany?
we've never been to Germany.
okay.
I went
Might
to
be my
Germany
next
on
one.
another people-to-people trip.
cold, though.
But not with the family.
Right.
I have to figure out when it's warm.
Right,
Like
exactly.
I say, these old bones can't take all this cold.
Do you have a favorite travel story with us?
Well, I always tell people about you and your story. It just goes
I always
right
got a
with his
story.
personality.
I believe it.
I told you, Elliott, that I told you this when you married this man. He's a wanderer. That's what he used to be.
yes,
He used to be a wanderer. We would all be together as a family. We look around. Well, where's Bobby? Where's Bobby?
be nosy.
The great junior, the Bobby. Where's Bobby at?
That's my family nickname
Yes,
for y'all that
yes.
haven't heard it before. My family calls me Bobby.
Bobby. And we were, where is Bobby? And then we were in Egypt. We were on the near the pyramids.
Mm-hmm.
We were looking for Bobby, and then we seen him just coming running.
Running?
Ah! And behind him was a man chasing him.
What?
And he came running. It's bad. He won't leave me alone. He told me he gave me a gift, and then he told me I had to give him money. And he was just horrified. And we were standing up there looking. The man came and said, well, you been, talking in his language about whatever, but it was all a scam.
Yeah.
Really?
And he didn't realize that he needed to stay near his people.
Correct.
He wandered off like he usually does, and he got terrified. It was hilarious.
That is hilarious. And he still ain't learned from it.
I'm an adventurer. What can I do? I like to see. I like to learn. I'm curious.
We're just too boring for him.
I'm curious. I can't help myself.
Yeah, that was just hilarious.
I always say if I was born back in the old days, I would have been an explorer going across
I
the
believe
ocean.
that, though.
You be Bobby the Explorer, huh?
Sounds like a book. That's funny.
Yeah, that
So
was just hilarious.
that was one of the craziest trips or craziest moments, or
No, it just sticks in my mind. So I remember seeing how big his eyes were when he was running toward us, and it just sticks in my mind, most definitely.
That is, and I think that was right outside the pyramid.
It was right outside the pyramids. Pyramids were beautiful. Well, one thing surprised me about the pyramids, I just really thought that these things were way off in the desert someplace, no man land. And it's just so commercial around the pyramids.
Really?
You're sitting, it's on a pallet like a large area, but when you look around it, hotels, busy city around it, yes.
That's insane.
Walk right across the street and hit a Burger King.
Yeah.
Really? I would have never thought that.
And I guess you think about it, people build up around where the tourists are.
Yeah.
And so it's a built up area.
Well, you just don't see it in any of the pictures. They
No,
always
the
take
pictures.
it facing that way.
Yes.
That's what I was about to say. Every picture I see, I never see like a McDonald's on
Pyramids
it.
were fantastic. I mean, just really everything that you would imagine them to be.
So when it comes to the trips, the holidays, and everything like that, do you all celebrate like Kwanzaa and after Christmas?
Well, actually, with the children, they did a lot in their school. They grew up, and they were in a school when they were younger called Base Academy, and it was a school that was founded by one of our Detroit councilmen.
Okay,
and so he was very interested in making sure that Black children knew their history. So the school was called Alonzo Bates Academy.
Okay,
he was a dear friend of ours too. He's gone on to meet his maker at this point, but he was very innovative in thinking that children need to be in an advanced environment. So the school was called Alonzo Bates Academy for the gifted and talented.
See, that's what.
And not only did my kids go there, before I even had kids, I taught there.
Really? Oh,
yes.
Wow.
And it was my first teaching job, first and only. Fantastic school.
Yeah.
Taught me a lot about how smart our children are. My education is in early childhood education.
Right.
And the fact that this school, they were really heavy on academics.
Right.
And it also encouraged me when I opened up my own daycare centers. I took that same philosophy and put it into my daycare centers.
Nice.
And so my children at the daycare center, we taught them, at least a grade or two in advance.
Yeah.
And these children just absorbed it, And the same thing at Bates. When I sent you all there. And so therefore it was very good to the fact that you learned a lot of Black history.
Yeah.
And
celebrating all the Black holidays.
Oh, Black holidays. I'll never forget the Bates battle. And this was a battle of African American history.
Okay.
And they battled each other. And you came out with a winning team. You had questions. It was almost like a Jeopardy.
Yeah.
It was really nice. And so
That's
we did
how
that
these
with
random
kids.
facts.
Right. So we would give them all the
ages.
material to study. They would go home and study all this material in different classes. And they would have battles. It was great.
That's actually good to your point, because a lot of schools or curriculums now, right, don't teach. I mean, not to say they don't cover Black history, but not to the degree of where you would learn what you're talking about, like what the Bates Academy said.
I mean, it's unfortunate. You look at what's happening in this country, and depending on what state you live in, it's actually being, you are not allowed to teach that type of history anymore. It's considered DEI, and it's considered, what's the other horrible term they've been calling it? Oh, God, my mind's blanking on me, but they're critical race theory. They're putting everything under either DEI or critical race theory.
So they're forcing us to teach
you're not allowed to teach that.
False truths,
So, no, but we came from a background where, again, we celebrated Black children. We made sure Black children knew their history.
Yeah.
And we made sure that Black children were able to communicate about their history.
That's important. It's super important.
Amen.
I love that. I mean, that speaks to a lot of your family and how you all have been raised, and at least with Greg, we see with how you all carry yourselves in the public and just in a situational way.
Is that part of what made you go into education, or what did make you go into it?
Oh, let me tell you this.
We're about to get the real answer.
When I was going to school, that's when computers was just coming to be very popular, home computers. Everybody said, oh gosh, just like, it's like now you hear people talking about what's hot right now, the people you think. Children.
AI, artificial intelligence.
So everybody needs to learn about AI. Back then, you need to learn about these computers, so on, so on, so. So, of course, when I went to college, I majored in some type of computer, whatever. That was not me. I needed to be with people.
She said, oh, no.
I started taking classes, and it was me and this computer and all this stuff. I said, this is not for me. And by that time, I had met your dad.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And so I said, we got, just brainstorm. We just brainstormed on what.
Oh, hey, that's his favorite thing to do is to brainstorm on what somebody's career path is and what they strengths
and
and
weaknesses. His favorite thing is to get his books out about your career path and have you take all these tests. I don't think he put me through that. But I just brainstormed on what do I like to do, and I knew it was something to do with children.
That's good.
I want to do something with children, and so then I figured out, no, you need to go into the teaching profession. And
then you started in Detroit public schools, but then you eventually founded your own chain of early childhood education centers, the Children's Advanced Learning Centers in Detroit.
Yes.
How did you what sparked that transition?
Well, I worked for the Board of Education. I started out working for them probably in 1985.
Wait, after you were in Detroit Public
Schools? I graduated college. No, this is Board of Education, Detroit Public Schools.
Okay, gotcha.
I started out in 1985 working for them at Lonzo Bates Academy for the Gifted and Talented. And I started out with early child. I started there at first. They had me with public speaking.
Okay.
And so I was dealing with children from 4th grade through 8th grade.
Okay.
And we did debates, which was it was a lot of fun. But then I ended up, my goal was to get down in early childhood education.
Okay.
So I eventually window down, and I got down to my pre-kindergarten class. That was, again, where I wanted to be. So I worked with pre-kindergarten children. So I did that for 4 or 5 years with Detroit Board of Ed. And then I got the opportunity to open up my own daycare center. And I was pregnant with you at the time. I had Kamara and the girls, and I was pregnant with you.
She didn't know what was coming.
1989, I opened up my first daycare center. Wow. You were born in January
31st.
of 89. Yeah. I opened up in the, I think, late summer, 89.
That's a lot to have to handle.
And the kids.
Oh, no, I had 2 babies.
Jeez, I know.
Tugging them around to the center every morning. We had to be there at 6:30 a.m. Had my best girlfriend, Delphine.
It wasn't no joke. I don't know why this story popped in my head, but I just remember being a toddler, and I remember the time when you were taking us to one of the centers early in the morning in the parking lot, and somebody rolled up on you. I mean, this was...
They rolled up on me when I was closing the center.
Okay. I just remember it was dark.
Closing the center with 3 babies.
Oh, my God.
And what happened was I always made sure that I would leave with somebody.
Gotcha. Okay.
We were leaving out, and one of your little poop heads pooped. And so I said, let me go back in and change them.
Okay.
So that person that was leaving with me, I said, go ahead and leave. I'm going to go ahead and change the baby. And I went in, and maybe it was Amir at that time. I went in, and I changed them. When I came back out, that's when I got into trouble.
What?
A person was out there, and he chased me around the car. He had a screwdriver.
Oh, my
Thank God he didn't have a gun.
Exactly.
He said, all I want is your purse. Just give me your purse. I'm a crackhead. I don't know. And so I had my kids, and so I had to most definitely, I got them in the car safely.
Right.
But then I just said, here, take it. And he took my purse and ran off.
Away.
And funny thing, they found it a few blocks down. He just wanted the money.
Right.
And so I got my purse back. But he was gone with the money and whatever. Wow. So that was a scary moment. But it just, again, you thank God for the fact that I got home safely that day.
That's
and it teaches you to be more safe.
Right.
But that just popped in my mind thinking about the centers. But you ended up having ultimately 5 of them, I think, 5 daycare centers.
Daycare centers, in Detroit and in the suburbs, Southfield and Oak Park.
Wow.
And I love it too, because even to today, people come up when I'm in Detroit like, "Oh, I went to your mom's centers. Oh, your mom was my teacher. Your mom was this." It's like,
what's her name that has?
That's right, Diara Kilpatrick. Now, was she one of your Bates Academy students, or was she? She was Bates Academy.
She was my little
Gifted
baby
and
from Bates
talented.
Academy. She was in the 4-year-old program.
Okay.
And she used to come to the house in the morning, and I would take her to work with me. Due to the fact her mom worked early in the morning.
Gotcha.
So she would come to drop her off to me, and she would go with me to Bates Academy.
For y'all that don't know, Diara Kilpatrick is now doing great things out here in the entertainment industry in Los Angeles. She has a show on BET Plus called, fittingly, Diara from Detroit. And
it's on season 2.
It's on season 2.
Yep.
Oh yeah, wonderful show.
Yes.
I'm so happy for her.
Yeah.
It's such a blessing because she was such a dynamic little girl, and to see how she has developed. This is what I'm talking about, because I get a lot of students when I go back to Detroit who are saying, "Oh, I went to your center." I had 5 of them, so not that I knew every single person or remember every single person, but seems like a lot of those kids are doing some big things.
Right.
And I remember you said, because even when you first moved out here, she had a one-woman show.
Oh, gosh, yes. That's when I knew she was going to be.
She was gonna be there.
It was fantastic. She just did a fantastic job.
No, that's amazing. You may not remember everybody, but it shows how much of an influence you had on everyone, which I think is most important.
Oh, it is.
It, right?
It is.
Yeah. Now, having that type of influence, how, as an educator and, an entrepreneur in that sense, how did that shape you as a mother? like clearly I already heard like how you're a protector, right? When it came to, that guy coming and threatening you and the kids, like how else have you shaped yourself as a mother in terms of being an educator?
As a parent, and you just always want to give your kids experiences.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up in the morning thinking about, what am I going to do today? You know what I mean? I don't care how tired you are. You're always thinking about, what can I do to make their life more fulfilling?
Mm-hmm.
So I think the experiences were the most important thing to me, and just to see the change in your children when they do have lots of experiences. Things that open up their eyes and makes them want to explore the world and be part of this world. That's the most important thing, is raising kids that are productive citizens.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Explore. I thought when you said explore the world, I was like, yep, there
Bobby
goes
the
Greg.
Explorer. Yes.
And with that though, so now you got grands, you got two of those, right? What do you think your legacy will be with them?
That my grandma was always there.
Yeah,
and
that's
all
true.
I care
That's
about.
true.
It is very
They
true.
know that
Very
I
true.
was always there.
Yes.
I don't want to be somebody who I talk to on FaceTime, my grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be where they know that we're hands-on.
Mm-hmm.
And when Mama can't do it, can you call Grandma? Maybe she can help me out with this. And, and I enjoy the fact that, I'm able to pick my grandkids up from school and have, just influence on them, influence on how they're thinking, and just to know that to have family should be strong.
Yes.
And they should be, it should be somebody you can depend on.
Yep.
And I want them to know they can depend on Grandma.
Oof.
I do.
That's good.
Do you see a difference in yourself as a mother versus a grandmother with them?
Yes. You are kids. You're always thinking about, okay, and next year they're gonna be able to do this, and next year so and so. So when they get out of elementary school and get in middle school, maybe I can start leaving them home a little bit by themselves. You start thinking about, and it's sad. Sometimes you're always looking into the future, the future. And I look back on it now, and I feel like I want to go back in the past. And just to be more present in my thoughts and not always thinking about what's coming next.
Yeah.
You always think about when your kids are in elementary school, okay, how are they going to do in middle school? How are they going to do in high school? Where are they going for high school? Where are they going for college? I just wish that I could make sure that I was always in the present of what was happening.
Do you think you did that because you didn't want to miss anything that could like curtail or hurt your children in that process, like wanting to stay ahead and thinking in the future? Because I'm asking that for parents or moms in general that try to think ahead, when it comes to that.
I had all those kids. I was tired, Elliott. I was tired. I was thinking, okay, when they get into middle school, okay, this is going to change. And then you got these kids you chauffeuring around to all their activities. You know what I mean? Their dad was doing the politics things and he wasn't around like that.
Right.
So you're always thinking about the future and how it's going to get easier for you. Even though you're enjoying what's going on, still, how it's going to get easier for you. Then when that time happens, that's when you get sad.
Yeah.
And the tears come.
Gotcha.
Nobody needs me anymore.
You're like, wait.
They can drive themselves around.
Y'all sure need me.
Do they still need me type of thing.
Gotcha.
But, I enjoyed it. I wish I could maybe rewind the time and so that I can probably things that I see that are important to me now, just to implement them.
Yeah.
And just to implement those things that I
And you
think
can be
are
more
really
present,
important.
I guess.
Yeah.
And implement more present and just being able to make sure that you guys experience that and knowing how important it is now.
Yeah. No, that's
I look at a lot of things. We had some good times, most definitely had some good times back then.
So I want to know, because I know you now, you don't have the daycare center chain anymore, Children's Advanced Learning Center, but now one of the biggest locations is the Mathis Community Center in Detroit. I know part of this answer already, but what drives what's the drive behind that? The community center and keeping it there, it's self-funded by you and Dad. So, you don't take any even charitable donations from corporations or anything like that. You all completely put your own money into it.
No, it's important to both for us to be a presence in the community. And we both know that the community needs lots of services. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't know the services that are available. So that's the main focus of the community center, is to let the community know what services are available to you. And like we mentioned, Jade did the expungement.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, she told us 500 people were there at the last one, wrapped around the block.
It was 2-3 blocks down the street.
Wow.
And that's when we know that people are in need. And unfortunately, with the financial situation of a lot of people, it's not where you can go out and grab a lawyer or have the accessibility of a lawyer to talk to.
Right.
So therefore, these people came out because they needed to talk to somebody that knew what they need, to let them know what they need to do.
And for, again, the folks that don't know, the expungement process is for people who have returning citizens or people who have, some level of a criminal record, and they've done something in the past that's still on their record, but a lot of people don't know that you can get those things taken off. They prevent you from getting employment, from being able to live in certain housing situations, and so it's really, folks have to be able to know that this is something that if you've been living a clean life since you've served your time, a lot of times you can get your record expunged, and it allows you to really live a more full life.
Yeah, productive life. People want to be able to take care of themselves.
Right.
And if you can't get gainful employment because you have some type of offenses on your record, you need to try to get them removed.
And the bigger point to your point is that you at the Mathis Community Center are helping them understand how, right? Like, so they can know like what resource, so they don't think they're at a stopping point.
Right. It's not just with the expungements, it's things like social services that people are unaware of, just making people aware of what's available to them and giving them contact information. So just helping them get through life and getting over obstacles when there's services out there to help that.
Yeah. One of my favorite programs I did was the micro grant program, where you were giving returning citizens, micro loans to start their own businesses. And some of the success stories that came out of that, I think one guy had started up a landscaping service and was making like, 6 figures a year at one point from the micro loan program.
And they offered cleaning services, that you people could have their own company and be able to get contracts with office buildings and things like that. So that was something that was offered too.
Yeah, we had somebody on that talked about that. Was in Memphis though, but John, he was saying like his
that's right, John Daly's episode.
Yeah, his mom did like the cleaning services too, like just being able to have that.
Right. And it was a franchise that they were able to offer to people. And they were able to get, like I said, contracts cleaning different buildings and different places.
One thing I am curious about, just, we talked a lot about family, a lot about you raising us and how much you care about us and Elliott and just your family. Going back to Mathis Family Matters, I don't know if I really talked to you a lot about this ahead of, the decision-making process, and maybe I'm just forgetting, but like, was it hard for you to make a decision to open up your family life and your personal life on reality TV?
Man, I'm a team player.
Okay.
So the team was doing what they needed to do. I got on the team, and no matter what my fears are about being on camera and being exposed, I'm a team player, and I did what I had to do. And I enjoyed being with the family and taping. It was fun.
So is that why you said yes? You didn't have any fear at all?
Oh, I had plenty of fear.
Okay.
I had plenty of fear. As a mother, you don't want you want to make sure you protect your family, number one. And you want to make sure your family, you hear a lot of horror stories about reality TV and how people, you go into it and things are exposed that other family members might not want exposed. We had a little bit of that, you know what I mean? So we had to deal with that. So you want to make sure that everybody's comfortable, because it's not about ruining your family. It's about showing how loving your family is. At least that was my goal. I know that's probably not the best TV.
Clearly. Otherwise, we still be on it.
I told you a little bit more. Yeah, so our goal was to show a loving family. Like I said, and maybe that's not the most interesting thing to people.
Right.
we do have our little conflicts, but that they aren't anything major like the things we see on these other reality shows. So
that's a blessing.
And even some of that, I'll just wonder how much of it is really real.
Oh no, I think it causes a lot of problems. Of course, they produce some things.
Yeah, and then when you get caught up in that cycle, I guess it can become a downward spiral. I'll say.
Even with our family, we all have different personalities, and even if you were trying to produce some things that weren't really true, it still can hurt some feelings.
Yeah,
and cause a lot of ongoing stress in the family. So we did it, and it was fun for us, and we kept it fun. So those who enjoyed it.
We had fun.
We had fun.
And it is what it is. It's history now.
What was
if you like to watch it, it's on what? Peacock.
It's on Peacock, NBCU, streaming,
yes,
streaming.
Our one season. Yeah, it was fun.
What was the hardest part for you then? Like season-wise in that season?
Ooh, I just didn't want to be nervous. I mean, just getting over being nervous.
Yeah.
It was the good thing about it. I was filming with my family. So it was comfortable people around me, but just a camera in your face and a camera in your environment.
Yeah,
I was a little, I had to get used to that.
How'd you feel when you finally saw yourself on TV? The host,
I wasn't displeased with it.
Okay.
I think it was fine. I think I enjoyed the whole season.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. It's something my grandkids can look at, and I don't feel ashamed.
That's the cool part.
And they watch it right now, and I'm not ashamed of anything.
Right.
That is the cool part, is that it does feel like when me and Elliott will go back and watch it too, and it feels like a home video, like it's like a little time capsule of our life, which is really cool.
And I mean, the whole process is documenting us through a whole year.
Yeah, it really is. Would you do it again?
Yeah, that was funny.
I would. Oh yes, I would. Long as again people understand that it won't be a conflict show of arguments and things being produced that to put us against each other. I'm not into that, but most definitely I would do something with lighthearted and fun.
Well, then this is network exec Greg speaking. You might not be able to do it again.
I agree with you.
We need some glasses thrown and some plates broken.
Right. I might flip this table right
now. But I do wonder. I'm like, right? Like, that's why I asked, do you think a lot of that stuff is real when you talk about a family? Because I'm like, okay, like, is it a case where family can get together? Like, I'm just say, I think the Kardashians do some of this because they just seem like they love each other a lot. And I look at some of them episodes and I'm like, they gotta be acting with these fights.
Were you asked to do some things that you didn't want to do?
Yeah.
So therefore, why do you think it's not produced?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was asked to do some things that I would not do.
I got you.
I said, no, that's not the way I feel. So I can't say that or do that.
Yeah. So you got to be willing to play the game.
And that's why you only got one season. But you know what? We still love each other.
Exactly.
There's some families who, after taping is done, they don't want to see each other.
They didn't know it was producing, that they were being produced. They got caught up in it.
No, can't tell me to say something I don't want to say.
Oh my God. No, that's fair. So speaking of Nora and Zara, who are your granddaughters, how do you think, or what tradition do you want them to grow up with?
I want them to grow up with a good sense of family and family bonding. I mean, because that comes first to me in building your character.
Right.
Comes first, and then everything else flows after that.
That's true. I mean, you can tell, like, even with your family, even when you're talking about the show, like conflict-wise, or even if y'all have disagreements, I always was intrigued how you all work through it. And you all are very open and vulnerable. That's why I could see why E wanted to produce you all, because I was like, wow. I mean, of course, you got Judge Mathis, you got your husband, your father, and that stuff. But you all, in your own individual ways, were vulnerable and open in a sense that I know I would watch it, and I know I would laugh, but I do understand the conflict part when you think about the full demographic to get that type of thing.
Of course, yeah.
And I think to that's good for like Nora and Zara in that same sense to see that so that they can also understand how to facilitate their emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He always talks about how he's so surprised that we as a family just always are able to say whatever comes to our mind.
Right.
And we don't hold back.
Y'all really don't.
We're just like, if we feel it, we're going to say it. And, it's not necessarily conflict, but it can be conflict in some households or some families aren't used to that, I
You
guess.
better have some thick skin when you come up in here. You heard how we started the show. She said, these things wrinkle. You need to get these things wrinkled.
And it's just so true because we've always been able to communicate with each other.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
No.
And we don't do it in the way that's going to hurt feelings.
Correct.
We tiptoe sometimes when we want to get some things said. We don't come out bluntly. But, the things we say, we're saying it with love.
Correct.
Just like these wrinkled curtains. It was all with love. Go find a steamer. So we all good. It's going to even be better next time.
It is better than what it was. I'll tell you that. Ooh, God.
I've called this episode Wrinkle Curtains.
We're going to get the sponsor.
Wrinkle no more.
Wrinkle free.
But getting back to traditions of the holidays, and again, when it comes to that, it's just about being together and being able to celebrate together.
Yeah.
We celebrate the birth of Jesus together. You know what I mean? And so that's what's important.
Yeah.
No.
And knowing why.
Ooh.
Now, this is going to be the first year we don't do a family trip. How you feel about that?
Well, you know what? See, I'd say everything works out like it's supposed to.
Okay.
Everything does, because it would have been a lot of conflict. If I had planned a trip this December, it would have been so much conflict going on to the point where, we have some things going on personally.
Right.
And we have some play coming up
Yeah.
in January.
That's right.
Yep,
If you
yep.
are in Detroit, that's MLK weekend, I believe.
MLK weekend.
January 16th and 17th. And
Don't judge me.
Detroit, don't judge me. Get your tickets. They are on sale now.
They're
You
on sale
can
now,
find
right?
them on Judge Greg Mathis's Instagram page, at Judge Greg Mathis.
And you see how things work out. We have that we need to work on in mid-December.
Yeah.
We have some family things that we need to go back to Detroit for.
Yep.
So guess what? Our trip will be in Detroit. We're going to Detroit this Christmas. That's where we will be.
Look, I started cheering and I was like, wait a minute. I love Detroit, but can we go in the summer?
We're going to see some sun, some snow.
No.
We're going to be downtown on the ice rink.
No, that will
We're
be
gonna be on
nice
Detroit
to see
River.
Nora and
So
Zara
no.
ice
Excited
skating.
about that.
and
We're going to
stuff.
spend our time in Detroit.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Thanks for letting me know.
Back to the home base. Oh my gosh. That's actually cool. That's actually really cool.
Well,
yes. Sorry. I mean, the tradition was the biggest thing. I think we talked about, with Nora and Zara was a landing point for us because we know how big you are on family, and it's important for that legacy to continue. And I think it's important for folks to understand, especially with our podcast. We want to keep it real, but we also want to make sure folks can understand from their point of view, like what they can do, just like what you were explaining earlier. So I think it's just important for that to be expressed.
so can we go to my favorite part now?
Yes, you can.
What is your favorite part?
The be honest, don't hold back.
All
Dun,
right.
dun, dun.
I get to ask all my crazy questions.
Dun, dun, dun. Here we go.
Question number 1.
Oh boy, I hope you're
Be
I don't have a favorite child. I don't have a favorite child. I love you all the same.
Did you cheat? You got
No, I just know what's coming. Who is your favorite?
How did you know that? You looked at it. You had to look
I
at
just know right where you were looking
Oh,
at
she didn't have it.
me. You want to know. I tell people all the time, people say, you have to have a favorite child.
Yes, you do.
I say no.
You're not telling the truth.
Every single one of you are different.
That's true.
And you make me happy in different ways. You make me angry in different ways. No, I don't have a favorite child. You just all serve a certain purpose.
I don't know.
Tomorrow, I don't need to see you because you can't help me out tomorrow. I might need to see Amir tomorrow. I'm just kidding. But no, you all have bring different things to the table.
I don't know why you should have ran for office, not Dad. Shoot, you should politician over here.
That's what they do. I love it all.
Okay, so let me hit you with another one then.
Yes, give me number 2.
Who was the easiest
Yeah,
kid to
go. Yeah, I
raise,
figured
and who
out.
gave you the most challenges?
Why did he ask me that?
Because that's
Because
an
be
answer.
honest,
That's
don't
an
hold
I'm
back.
going to say this. When you have that last child at home who's there by yourself and you're tired because you already raised all the rest of the kids, they off in college at the time, or even I think Kamara might have been, no, she was still in college, Kamara and Jade. They were off in college, and you too. I had my baby at home, my Amir. And so he was the most difficult because, when you both were there, you had two kids who hung out.
You always had somebody else
They
there.
went places together. Then when you left, you guys are your part. When you left for that year, my baby got buck wild.
Yeah. I used to get the phone calls from you and from him and from Dad.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Yes, he was having a good time. I mean, it's been plenty of times.
So he was having fun.
I was calling Kathy Hilton. Where's my son? I was down the street trying to look. Who was it? Oh, yes. I remember I called her and she said, well, maybe he's this, and that. I said, no, my son is now home. I can't go with this. And so I called the next parent. I stumped over to somebody's house trying to find him.
Oh my God.
And she had me go up to her son's bedroom. He was in this room knocked out. Have you seen him here? Yes. And so these are the things I went through with him. So he was my most difficult.
I believe that.
Because he thought that because the rest of you were gone, I guess he thought he was grown. I don't know.
Well, and he probably heard the stories that we were telling him about what was going on in college and thought that he could emulate it back in high school.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's fair.
I don't know what the case was, but he gave me a run for my money that year.
That is an honest answer then. I would agree with that. That makes sense.
I like that one.
Yeah.
And who was the easiest? Kamara, obviously.
Kamara was pretty easy, because girls do what they do. They're very more so verbal. So what she would do was just go up into her bedroom. And so you say, okay. She's up there in the bedroom. And I think she hid a lot of things that are coming out now.
I was going to say things that they did not know till years later.
Oh, she's good.
She's great.
Yeah, now
she
she's
is
telling me
great.
all the stuff she did. And I'm like, okay. I mean, the craziest thing, we had bought her a car.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, and the car was a year old.
Yep.
So I guess that's it was what do you call it?
A
It's
Land
called
Rover?
pre-owned.
Oh,
Pre-owned,
certified
demos.
pre-owned.
They call them demos.
Oh, okay.
They used to have them at the dealership, and they would use that to test drive.
Yep.
People could test drive and stuff.
Okay.
Bought this. What was it called?
Land Rover. It was the
what model
Discovery.
was it?
That's right.
Land Rover Discovery.
No, it was before the
Range Rover
Discovery.
Sport.
It wasn't a sport. She
Not
got
the
sport
LR3.
second. It was, I think it was predecessor to the LR3 maybe.
Oh yeah, it was that. It was that
It was a Discovery
It was
then.
that. Yeah, it was a Discovery.
It wasn't
I think
co-
it was.
Yeah, it had to be a
With the high
Discovery.
roof, that was a Discovery.
Yeah, it was a Discovery.
Girl, she got that thing, and it was really nice,
It was
Yes, it is really
They
nice.
couldn't believe
Yes.
it. So she got that car, but the rule was you had to drive with your parents on your permit. You couldn't drive by yourself, and you guys used to always get us when we went out of town.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know this. I came back in town when I was driving this car. Kamara didn't have her license yet.
And Kamara was the perfect little angel of the family. Like you would have never have guessed this.
And so I'm driving this car and I'm hearing all this rattling coming from underneath the car. And I'm like, what is going on? Took it back to the dealership and they said, ma'am, we looked underneath the car and there's a lot of damage under the car. I said, well, you guys must have saw me. This car was just damaged. I didn't drive this car. When my daughter's driving, I'm always with her. So I know what this car has been through. And I told them off. I mean, that was so embarrassing. Now, when I look back on it, I got so angry with them, they ended up fixing the car underneath. And I didn't find out till years later.
Oh my God.
She was out of college, I believe, when she told me that she had stole the car, her and her girlfriend. And we lived on a steep hill then.
On a steep hill.
And she rode down the hill backwards. I don't know how, but
She rode down the hill because she didn't want the engine on. So she somehow turned it on.
goodness.
Oh, so nobody could hear her?
So you have to go down quietly.
Oh, she real slick.
But then she got stuck on top of
Are you trying to say I was at home when this happened?
I don't think you were, but so that's why.
Somebody must have been home.
No, they just couldn't drive, honey.
Okay, because she might have.
And we had a big rock at the end of the driveway.
She got stuck
Steep
on top.
driveway, big rock at the bottom, and she got stuck on the rock, in which I had no idea. And that's what tore up the underneath of the car. And she didn't tell me this until 5-6 years later.
Smart.
That happened. So I don't know who was the easiest.
There's a couple other stories. We're going to leave her. Well, she was the easiest because you didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't
So
know.
that was easy.
I didn't know what a crook she was.
She sips wine.
Yes. I thought I had rowdy boys, but
Okay, before we get anybody else incriminated, let me go move on to maybe your favorite segment.
It is my favorite segment.
The
Chef's Kiss or Miss.
Chef's Kiss or Miss.
So this edition with the Chef Kiss or Miss, right? What we do is you ate everything earlier. So if you liked it, right, you do the Chef's Kiss, right? Now if you don't like it, then it's a Chef Miss, All right. So, Greg, you're gonna rewind what we ordered.
Yes.
So we can remember what she tasted. Overall, what would you rate everything from Fat Tuesdays?
Well, we can run through it real quick, just a reminder.
Okay.
So we had the Creole collard greens. I heard you talk about that already. The fried oyster po' boy, catfish bites, red beans and rice, jambalaya spring rolls, oyster bites. That's this right here. Pop fire shrimp. The cornbread, which I didn't see the cornbread. I'm going to talk to them about that.
We got the cornbread. We got the cornbread.
Oh, where is it?
No.
You better act like your mom at the
We got the cornbread. A taste of New Orleans sampler, which again is the fried shrimp, fried oyster, fried hush puppies, and French fries. Drunken shrimp, which is that right there, kind of a jambalaya type shrimp thing, and the fried fisherman catfish platter.
So
this is my first time
Yes.
trying this restaurant.
Yep.
I met the owner and talked to him about it. And I told him we were coming to visit the restaurant. He said he has live music there, so I do want to go.
Okay.
And now that I know about the food, I say,
Chef's kiss. All
Chef's
right.
kiss.
See?
yes.
Like it. What about the greens though? They're better than mine.
Ooh, no.
Okay.
I still like my son-in-law's greens better.
But I will say
they're
those
delicious.
greens are like
They're
that was actually
No,
You don't
good.
make Cajun ones, but these are a little different
greens
than yours.
were good.
But yours were excellent.
I would tell y'all the greens were
They're
good.
still good though.
They're really
Yeah.
good.
Everything was
They're
excellent.
really good.
Good job.
Yeah.
And of course the po' boy sandwich was good. Like I really
I
liked
like
it.
everything, honestly.
Yeah.
Even, I mean, it's been a minute since it's been sitting here and I've ate it and it's still good. So that's,
delicious,
yeah.
It's good.
They even
So
threw
good.
in a gumbo, which I don't think we ordered. So thank you for that.
Yeah. That works.
Maybe that's
It's
where the
delicious.
cornbread went.
Yeah. He's still looking for that cornbread. Well, I hope that you enjoyed yourself here
See,
at the table with us.
yeah, I might have a few more stories though to tell.
No, I know. The thing is, that's what we try to do. We're like, we can sit here and start talking, and the next thing you know, it'll be
Exactly.
2 hours later. But no, so we're gonna have you back again since we're doing like the holiday edition on this one, and then we may be a guest on your, or at least I may be a guest on your show coming up.
Yeah,
in
Mathis
January.
Family
Part
Talks
of the show.
coming soon.
Yes.
Family show. We have Mathis Family Talk.
Mathis
Yes.
Family Talks, or as your husband likes to say, Mathis Family Talks at the
At the
table.
We're at the table for sure. So I don't think we need to mention that part.
I said, Dad, it's called Mathis
Mathis
Family
Talks,
Talks.
because we know how to talk.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah, I'm excited for
times.
that. That's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just a little preview again. We talked about this a bit on the Tamron Hall show, but it'll be our family. We're gonna bring on people in our circle and our
Right.
network, and just have a good time.
Let's have a good time.
Good
Yes.
conversation, good drinks.
Yes.
Similar to
Sweet
this, but
lots
you
of
know,
wine.
her friends are classier than ours, so it'll be a little bit more elevated.
Elevated. Yes. They ain't gonna have wrinkle
No wrinkle.
All right.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you for joining us again for another episode of At the Table.
Yes.
Again, you know, like, comment, subscribe. Definitely comment. We love to hear from y'all. If
Give
you
us some
have
feedback. Give us some feedback.
If you see something besides the wrinkle curtains, you can let us know.
That has
she
been
don't have to
noted.
It's a
come get us
man thing.
Yes. Again, thanks for watching. Like Greg said, subscribe and until
or
next-
listening.
Yeah, that too. So you know, we said Amir's not here, so you're gonna see us get up and everything in this scene. But we'll cut the mics.
Thank y'all.
Thanks again.
Peace.